you know that the Father lives in us?
The Father lives in us.
No matter what you have thought, He has not forsaken you.
The Father lives in us.
There's something greater on the inside of you that you have to trust.
He lives in you.
Hello.
Take two.
So we decided to talk about something that we feel like a lot of our peers always say about us. Why does it seem like your family seems like you're perfect, like you do everything perfectly? And we just wanted to talk about that for a moment.
And the perception of it all.
Yes.
Because it's quite awesome.
So, first of all, just to let you know, the only perfect person is Jesus. Like, we do not think that we're perfect. Now, we are kind of quite organized. We're not like OCD organized, but we are kind of organized. But when you have a big family, it's either you're organized or you're disorganized.
True.
And so, like for other people, when they go on family trips, they may be able to just like go online, book the trip, book the flight, book the hotel, save their money for like spending money, and boom, they're done. Well, for us, it doesn't work that way.
It depends on the trip.
Well, we do kind of do a lot of road trips. But for us, it doesn't work that way. How it works for us is, normally I'll do Vrbo, vrbo.com. And we'll try to find a house, or normally my daughter will work for a hotel chain, so we'll get 2 hotels. And then each time, you know, I get money, I get paid, I get a client, I'll start buying. For instance, let's just talk about a Disney trip. So I'll start buying the tickets, each person. So before my children were young enough, some of them could get in for free. They can, well, now it doesn't work that way. Each person is considered an adult for Disney. So every time I get paid, I will buy a ticket, print it off, and there's like a barcode, and I would stick it in the Disney folder. And so we would do that up until we had to, you know, pay for gas, pay for a rental, pay for just whatever. And so, you know, I guess like when my friends would come over, they would see, you know, that we have this going on, and they will always be like, you know, well, we can't afford it. Well, I feel like I have 6 children, and if I can find the funds to take, you know, my children to Disney, other people can too. Now, yeah, I'm not talking about people who are watching this and I don't know your finances. I'm talking about people who I know their finances, and you just don't make the effort to.
People spend money on what they want to spend money on. It's the same as when people say people make time for what they want to make time for.
I agree. So we find it that our family loves to go out and do things. So
As a
family. So it takes, you know, quite organization to get there. As far as like, you know, being perfect, you know, we'll get people to say, oh, look at how they dress. You know, we try to dress modest. Well, I'm not gonna say try. We do dress pretty modest. About 60-70% will wear dresses just because it's just a little more modest. And if we do wear like skinny jeans or something, we try to cover up the counterparts that we don't want to cause, you know,
anything that starts with the B.
We try to cover up those parts, just we don't want to tempt anyone. Again, that's not being perfect. We're just trying to live in this world as best as we can as believers. You know, we love the Lord and we try to keep His commandments, and we do everything we can to try to do the right way. No one's perfect, but again, you know, we do try to live a whole life and a holy life. What else do they say about us being perfect? Oh, your kids are still pure. You know, they'll just wait for us. Wait for like for one of the kids to mess up. They like want them to mess up. And you would think that, you know, as a friend, you would pray for your friends' children's purity and stuff like that. But no, my children being pure have nothing to do with us being perfect. It's just that we have standards.
And you know what? It does. Because Jesus was perfect and we're supposed to be like him.
Well, we can't be perfect, but we can be Christ-like.
No, exactly.
Right.
And he's perfect.
Right. So we try to be Christ-like. So when it comes to like dating and stuff, we're kind of strict. If you ever heard of the Duggars and the Bates, we do take on that mindset of dating. So you're gonna date in groups. You're gonna have a chaperone. You're gonna have fun. We still have fun. We go roller skating. We go out. We go to the lake. But you're just not gonna be alone, because we're not gonna give you the perception or we're not gonna give you
The chance to mess up.
I guess, if that's the word that we're gonna use.
Yeah, he's just very pretty.
Right. I lost my thought about the dating thing. So anyway, and lastly, which I'm not gonna go too deep into it, we'll talk about this at another time, but the last thing I want to talk about with people saying how we perceive to be perfect is how our family loves. I'm just a lover. I love love. I love godly love. So anyway, when it comes to my house, like my house is the in-house. You know, I prefer my children's friends to come to my house because I know that there's no porn, there's nothing in my house that's going to make them fall. So it's easier for them to come to my house, play games. I can keep an eye on them, and things like that. We could have fun. We can have what are those things called? The thing in the back with the fire that Jay does.
Oh, bonfire.
Oh, we can do bonfires. We could talk about God and things like that. And I can watch them and I can love on them and then send them home. And hey,
They would normally stay.
I don't think I've ever since I've been married, and I've been married twice, and we'll talk about that another time. I don't think there was ever a time when we haven't had someone live with us, a family member, one of my daughter's friends, and we just love on them until they're ready to go.
This is the longest time. Just Hannah left. This is the longest time.
Yeah, I would say this is the longest time that we've had our house empty. But I do think my goddaughter's coming back home, so keep her in prayer. She stepped out. So see, we are not perfect. She stepped out, and you know, they all had their time. China had her time, so we will definitely talk about that at another time. But thank you for tuning in on another video of the Odd House. We will chat with you another time. See ya. We just passed this church and it said, when life isn't a bed of roses, just remember who wore the thorns. That was deep. That was really